Let me tell you something that took me years to understand. The loudest move is not the strongest move. The strongest move is silence. Because when you stop announcing your plans, you stop feeding resistance. Hello everyone, welcome back to Elevate You Lifestyle. I'm Eric Quick Nelson. Imagine this. Imagine a man who talks less than he used to. Not because he has nothing to say, but because he finally understands what words cost. He used to share ideas early, his goals, his plans, his vision. And every time he did, he felt lighter for a moment, then heavier. Too many opinions, too much doubt disguised as concern, too much energy leaking out. So one day, he stopped explaining, not out of fear, but out of clarity. This is what we're going to talk about today. Let's dive into it. Not everything needs to be spoken, and not everyone deserves to know what you are building. You see, silence is not secrecy, it's discipline. It's the understanding that attention changes things. When you announce plans too early, what happens, you invite interference, opinions you didn't ask for, energy you don't need, doubt you weren't ready to process. And most of the time, people don't interrupt you because they are malicious. They interrupt you because they are projecting. They are projecting their fears, their limits, their unfinished work. See, a man who moves in silence protects his momentum. He lets his work mature before exposing it to the world. Because growth is fragile at the beginning. You don't pull a seed out of the ground every day to check if it's growing. You give it time. That is silence. Moving in silence does not mean disappearing. It means becoming selective. Selective with your words. Selective with your circle. Selective with your emotional access. You still show up. You still work. You still move. You just stop narrating your life. See, strong people understand this instinctively. They don't need applause mid-process. They don't need validation while building. They don't need reassurance from people who are not walking their path. They let results speak. And results speak clearly. Here's something important. When you talk too much about what you are going to do, your brain mistakes talk for progress. You feel accomplished without doing the work. See, silence removes that illusion. It forces execution. It builds quiet confidence. Confidence that does not need to be defended because it is rooted in action. See, moving in silence also teaches patience. You learn to sit with uncertainty, to trust your process, to want without anxiety. And that patience sharpens you. Because when it's time to move publicly, you move with precision. No announcements, no explanations, no justifications, just alignment. And when people finally notice, they will say, "You have changed. You came out of nowhere." No. You just We're invited to the process. Silence is not weakness. It is preparation. And a person who learns to move quietly moves far. If this message spoke to you today, make sure you hit the like button, subscribe to this channel, Elevate You, and share this with someone who needs to hear this. Let's elevate you. And as always, let's elevate.